I have to tell you though, I was almost ready. I was all excited. I went to sew it out and I went, this is totally the wrong way to do this. I should have added the extra petals and the leaf while it was still in the hoop. When I did when I did the fancy fill. So I'm going to start over and we are going to go from the very beginning and then add the petals right while it's still in the hoop. It is going to be so much easier to make. So, but we're back from doing the workshops for the family and consumer science teachers. First, we went to Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and then we went on to Penn State University, and then we were at a technical school, Middle Bucks Technical School. All really nice places. Did you post any reels of us there?
I'm gonna do it right after.
Okay,
this.
okay. Yeah. He's gonna post some reels on
everywhere.
Facebook, everywhere, showing you because it was really neat. We had they really liked what we showed, so we thought a really good beginner sewing project was doing blue jean jackets and decorating them, and then also making a t-shirt quilt. All the kids have tons of t-shirts. It's we just wanted them to get away from making an apron, right? Because what kid wants an apron? But they were interested in everything. We had the Solaris Vision there, and we were showing how you digitize on it. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. So, and their superiors loved it. So, it just was very exciting. So it was really fun. So I got back late yesterday, and I vowed I will never. So we ended yesterday north of Philadelphia. And then, so north of Philadelphia to Pittsburgh was a 6.5 drive home, which Sharon Bailey had told me, Gloria, you can't do that in one day. And I thought, yes, I can. No, I shouldn't have tried to do it in one day. I really didn't sleep the night before because I was excited about doing the program again. And then, oh my gosh, I was so tired. I tried to make it in for last night's show, but couldn't make it. But I am back today, but I'm going again because my grandson James turns 2, and there's a birthday party for him tomorrow. So I'm going to go to the birthday party, and we're going to a winery the next day. And I'm going to, my niece Nora is pregnant, and there's a baby shower for her in Gaithersburg, Maryland. So, and then I'll be back on Tuesday, and I'm going to stay forever, or at least for weeks and weeks and weeks until we start going to the convention. So, okay, so here's what I did wrong. So PJ oh yeah, that's a good picture right there. Okay, so here's what I did wrong. I sewed together this, and I thought I'm gonna do freestanding petals, and driving over I'm going, oh, I got to do all these petals and turn them right side out and then sew them down. I said, no, I want to applique them on. So I'm going to create an applique design and then position it and sew it down. And then I went and I thought I had it positioned right, and my petal went up over this one and made the petal like a 1/2 inch smaller than it's supposed to be. But we've got a good idea here. And the only thing slowing me down with sewing this out with you today is the fancy fill. So I think we're going to put the fancy fills in, but I'm not going to sew those out. I'm going to jump ahead, and I'm not even going to do the satin stitch. I'm just going to make sure that you get the idea of what you have to do. Okay? So we are going to get started. And then I promised PJ that I was going to spend the evening. I have to take in my dress that I'm wearing to the winery. And then I'm going to, and the winery is outside. So
I went. So cool.
I had to run home in the middle of getting ready for the this show because I owed a couple of the teenagers their paychecks. So I had to run get that, and it said it was 101 degrees. 101, yeah.
That's a
so
lot of
that
running
is
around to
that
do.
that is really hot, and so okay. So I have like 50 pages, but PJ, I swear to you that half of these are going to be gone.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. All right. So we got in the new fabric for this project. I just want to show you. I really like this one, the blue and so the blue and the gold for the sunflowers. So we do have a bundle to show you of fabric. So, okay. So I left this one on the screen just to show you what we're going to be going for later. Okay. And at a certain point, my notes may be totally wrong. And so I'm just going to wing it from there. But I am going to rewrite the notes so they match what we show you on here. Now, I do want to have it as a interactive. So PJ is going to keep an eye on the notes because I have a feeling that there's going to be some people say, no, 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 don't do it that way, Gloria, do it this way.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna pay attention and see. Okay. Oh yeah, Peggy, until Cape May, right? Until Cape May. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
There's a lot
Okay.
a lot more
Meet
running
me in
around
Cape
to do.
May. All right. Okay. So, oh, look at Kathy was charged sales tax on clothing. That's right. No sales tax on clothing. You're right. So we got to write that note. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So I'm going to clean my screen. Okay. So, okay, let's talk over though what the first thing that we need to do. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is do our circle. Okay. So we need to do a placement line for the circle, do a tack down line for the batting, then we're going to trim away the batting, and then we're going to do a tack down line for our fabric. Okay, then the next thing, what's on the bottom, is the fancy fill. So we're going to do the, but you know what? It would be wasted. Look at all that fancy fill that I covered up. So I think the next thing that we want to do is put the petals down, and then we'll do the fancy fill at the end, maybe before we satin stitch. So, okay, PJ's shaking his head. Like he knows what I'm talking about. Of course, he says yes. Is that exactly the way you were going to do it?
Yeah, I would have done it the same exact way.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside, but I know I'll be reaching and grabbing for it more. Okay. So now I'm just going to clean off my screen. I saved this just in case I need to refer to it. But, okay. But this is what we're going to go for. So I decided I had such a hard time sewing it together. And so I want some, it's just going to be a line to show me where to sew on the sewing machine. I need that line in order to position the extra petals. And I saw someone, so people have been doing this project for a while. I found pictures of it, but I had never done one. So this petal right here, this is going to be a yellow sunflower petal, another yellow sunflower petal, and then I want to make it so just a little bit of green is peeking out, and that will be a flower. So that's another place that I went wrong here. It's like you have to do it a couple times before. See, my green petal is way too big. So we're going to get it right because this will be like the 5th time that I've done this, and it's going to be right this time. Okay, so here I'm just going to go home and OK and go to IQ Designer. So we're starting at the beginning. So first, shapes, number 11, the circle. OK, the size. I want it big as I can get it. So I'm on a Solaris, so I'm going to make it 10.25. So go to size. I'm going to go to the keypad and go 10.25 set, and then 10.25 set. If you're on a Altair, Meridian, or Destiny, you'll just stretch it bigger until it gets to, so those machines, I would make your circles 9.25. All right, now, okay. Now I'm going to need this later. So I'm going to go memory, save on the machine. Okay, so that is going to be the placement line and the tack down line for the batting. All right, so line properties, straight stitch, red, I always go to red first, okay, line bucket, click on the black line to turn it red. And that's, you know, you want to have, switch to a color that's easy to see the change. So if my next one, if I would go to orange, that's no good. It would be really hard to see the change. So going from black to red is really easy to see. So that's why I'm always picking red. So next, set. So I don't need to change the stitch length. It's just a placement line. Set. Okay. Then I need another one. So I have the placement line. Now I need the tack down line. So edit and then copy. Move. See how it's offset. So move, press center. And just to be sure I have both of them in the center, I'm going to press the select button. So there's only 2 items on the screen. So press the select button. That will select the first circle and make sure that's in the center. Did you see that move just a hair? Probably wouldn't have made a difference, but I really like to make sure both of them are in the center. So, okay. So there I have the placement line and the tack down line. Now I need to tack down my fabric. So add IQ Designer. Now why didn't I just make another copy? Well, I like to trim my batting and have my batting just a little bit smaller than the fabric. So then you know that your fabric is going to cover the batting. So I'm going back into IQ Designer and I'm going to get the circle and just make it a little bit bigger. So add IQ Designer, go back to shapes, the circle again, okay, size. So now I was at 10.25. I just wanted a little bit bigger. I don't like getting too close to the edge because, you know, we're dealing with bulk. We've got batting in there and everything. So I'm only going to go up to 10.4. So 10.4 set, 10.4 set. Tommy does this whenever he is doing his puffy embroideries. So his puffy embroideries will have a placement line, a tack down line for the puffy, then a larger tack down line for the fabric. And I did notice a couple people sewed it out and they got them out of order. And so nothing was matching up. And they thought it was a flaw with the design. But it's just remember that your first is your placement, your second is the tack down, a little bit smaller, and then your third is the fabric. So there I am at 10.4 by 10.4. Okay. Then line properties, straight stitch, green. And remember, this one's going to be the green one, which means it's the bigger one. Green, and then okay. I'm missing the word okay. Let me just get that there. All right. Then line bucket. Click on the line to turn it green. And then memory, save on the machine. So remember that that green circle is the bigger circle. I'll forget and I'll need you to help me. So, okay. Next. Now, stitch length doesn't matter again. It's really at a 2 stitch length. So set. Okay. Okay, so what do I need next? Now, do you see that now? There's a red tack down and a green tack down. Guess what? It looks like I have a, if I touch this, will it matter? Oh my goodness, I moved it, undo. There's a big smudge on my screen. I guess they can't see it. No, they can't see it.
Good.
No, okay, so we'll just keep going. Okay, so just notice that that red circle is a little bit smaller than the green one. All right, now what do I need next? So I think I don't want to put the fancy fill in first because I don't want to waste my time sewing all that fancy fill and then covering up with an applique. So I need to add, let me see what I'm thinking. Okay. All right. So now add IQ Designer. For sure, we're going back to IQ Designer. Okay. So we are going to go to the pocket with the arrow pointing out. We're going to get our green circle. Did you notice how long it took my machine to bring up the designs? And that's because I have so much saved. So, just doing this one design alone, I mean, it's like, but I should go back and erase some so it won't take it so long. But who has time for that? Okay, so green circle, okay. So this one I was gonna fill with the fancy fill. And you could do it that way if you want, but it just doesn't have enough petals. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. It's a cathedral window. So a cathedral window is like there's a box inside. So let me do that. First, I am going to go up to my settings page, and I'm going to pick the grid that has the centers marked. So the centers marked all the way. All right. Now go to shapes, the square. Okay. And then now it's hard to see, but I can see it. They can see it. They can see the circle. Okay. So I'm going to select the size, and then I'm just going to stretch that bigger. I don't want it to touch the circle. I just want it to almost touch. Now let's see if I'm gonna touch. Let's go up to 200 and pan and see. Ooh, it's pretty close. Let's go up to 400 and there. Okay, I'm good there. I'm good there. I'm not touching. I shouldn't be touching anywhere. I'm not touching there. Okay, I don't want it to touch, and you'll see why later. Go over here, I'm not touching. And there, I am not touching. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 100. All right, so I still have my square selected. There's still a red box around it. I want to rotate that. So you'll see what I'm doing after I do it. So I want to rotate it 45 degrees. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That takes it right to the center, so it says 45 here, and I can see that it's touching. Okay, so now I want to I'm gonna sew this, but I don't want to sew it. I don't want to sew the whole block, because you'll see we're only doing the top two. So maybe if I just, oh, here you switched. Okay, so we're just going to be sewing this one and this one, where a normal cathedral window is you sew all four. So this is like a half of a cathedral window. I'm just happy because I really like this project. Okay. I'm going, oh my gosh, this is so neat. Okay, so we need to break the line. I want to get rid of this line down here, and so this V, that whole V. So I need to break that line. So I'm going to go to 400 and then pan over. Okay, select my eraser. Test how big it is. That's pretty big. That's going to be hard to erase with something that big. So I like to go down to about a 10, a size 10. That's better. You could even go smaller. But I am going to then just take it and erase. Okay? And then I'm going to swing it to the other side. So I'm going to press pan and go to the other side and erase. So again, touch out. Oh, I don't have the eraser selected. So eraser, and then I'm just gonna break that line. So bring it up and break it right there. Okay, so okay, then go to 100%. I don't need that bottom line, so we're gonna go down to the selection tool, the magic wand, and select the bottom one and then cut it. All right, so here you can see everything, although it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? So let's turn off the grid just for a second, just so you can see what I want you to have. So I went to page 8 of 12, it said grid, and I selected the one with nothing in it. And so this is what I want you to end up with, okay? Now, we need to save this because we're gonna need this in a little bit. So we're gonna close this, memory, and save on the machine. Okay, so what do I need next? Right now, it is time to put the petals in so that I don't end up doing the fancy fill and cover it up with the applique. But we have to make the petal. All right, so we saved this. So now I want a clean screen, okay? Really, I only want the clean screen just to show you. Well, let's not clean the screen. Let's go into shapes and let me show you what I thought I was gonna do, and it didn't work. Okay, so I selected this teardrop because there's no petal that has points on both ends, right? So I looked in here, that one, but when you resize it, it kind of gets out of kilter. So that one didn't work, so there's no petals. I checked this one. It didn't work. No, I thought maybe I wanted to put a leaf shape. No, it didn't look good. So I went here. I thought this one was going to be good, and I'll show you what I did. So I selected it. So you don't have to do this. I just wanted you to see what I was thinking. So there's the petal. Okay, I need another one. So I copied it. Then I clicked on rotate. I put it in the center, which made it one on top of the other. And then I rotated it 180 degrees and I moved it down. And I tried my best to move it down where it was like one on top of the other on the sides. And then I tried to erase, and that was really hard because it really came close. But when the machine went to sew this out, I guess it's the line is thicker, and the machine went wacky and sewed like here, went down there, went here, so that didn't work. So that's why I decided to do it another way, and you'll see what I'm going for. Okay, so we're gonna undo and undo. Oh, I guess I did a lot, so I could have just clicked on it and erased it, but okay, so this is what we have. Okay, the size of your petals is this piece plus this piece, okay? So I want to take those two and put them together, and that's going to be my petal. So the first thing that I wanted to do is get rid of the bottom, right? And get rid of this black line. So I need to break the line because I need to break these two green parts. So first thing, we're going to go around and break the line. So I'm going to select my eraser. It's in a size 10, so I'm good. I'm going to go to like a 200 and pan down. Now I need to break the line right there, that green line. Oop, I didn't press eraser. So eraser and break the green line right there. So you can see, maybe if I go to 400, you'll see I broke the line. All right, now we're gonna pan around, and I need to break the line right here, okay? So I'm gonna select the eraser, and I'm gonna, like, with an invisible line, kind of go down a little bit and break it there. Okay, next I'll go over to the side, so I'm gonna pan and move it around, and do the same thing. Now, why did I move it down a little bit? Because when I first did it, the bottom ended up too short. I kind of erased it right across, so I really just want to erase it, make that just a little bit longer, but we can fill it in. So now I need to drink a Diet Pepsi to keep me going. Okay. So we are running a floor model sale right now on our baby locks. And a lady came in today and got a fabulous deal on a chorus. We have 4 floor model Solaris Visions. So if you're watching this and wishing you could do it, but say, I can't spend that much money, you better call Steve. 412-344-2330. We opened them when we moved here. So they were opened, like, when did we move in? Like early February.
Yeah.
So yeah. So they're brand new machines. We have 4 of them. So Steve's given an unbelievable deal. We also have another chorus. We have every model. They want us to freshen up our floor models. So even though like the chorus is a current machine, they just said it's been on our floor too long. It's time for us to sell them. So if you have been dying for a baby lock, it's time for you to get one, and you can get a really, really good deal on a floor model. So, okay. So now back after that commercial message, we are going to go back.
It has Chelsea's name on it.
What's that?
Yeah, Steve will give me a good deal, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Don't tell Chelsea.
Yep. Okay. PJ, I think one has Chelsea's name on it. Oh, okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So there we're going to go to, okay. So I broke the line, the green line. Okay. I don't need the black line anymore. So I'm going to go in and select it. So right next to memory, I love that magic wand that just made things so much easier. Okay, and the Solaris is the only one that has the magic wand. So I selected the magic wand. I'm getting rid of the bottom circle, and I'm going to cut it. Now I don't need that black line anymore. So I'm going to select the black line and cut it. Oh, right here's cut. All right, now I have 2 half circles. I don't know where I'm going, so I better go and get that grid with the centers marked. Okay, and then I'm going to select one of the half circles, okay, and I'm going to rotate it, and I want to rotate it so both ends touch the center line. So I'm just going to go like 10 degrees at a time. So that would be, let's see how we're doing there. I guess, would it be 45? Yeah, let's try 45. So that was 40 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's going to make it so much easier. 45. Okay, so I don't want them to touch yet. Let's look at it and see how we're doing. Okay, so there is the center line. Pan. Oh, wow, I'm way over the line. Let's see, up down here. Same thing there, so I can move it out. Let's try. So we'll just go rotate, and we're just going to move it. See, remember that first one? I kind of cut off too much of the bottom. So I'm not touching there, but I think, like, let's just try going a couple more degrees. Oh, there I'm touching, but I think I'm probably too far away. So can you see that? It's like you can see the green there. I'm going to make that one touch the line, and then I'm going to pan up, and I'm almost touching there. I'm going to leave it there. I think that's the closest I'm going to get. So let's go back out to 100%. There's that faint green line up here. So I'm going to click out to deselect everything, go to the magic wand, select this one. Now rotate. We're going to go to 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what would be easier? Select center. Oh, it's not moving. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It doesn't move, but so I have to position it. Okay, we're going to zoom in to 400%, pan till we can see it. So there, I'm pretty far away. Let's just pan down to the bottom, see how far away I am. Now, doesn't it look like the other green line crossed over, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to click out. It won't let me click out. It won't let me deselect. Okay, so 100%, click out. Oh, you know, like it's touching. I bet I can't select it now. I bet it's going to select the whole thing. Yeah. So you know what? I'm living with it. It's close enough. So I wanted them both to be touching, and it looked like I went over, so we're going to go look at that again. Yeah, I went over. I need to erase that. So I'm going to get my eraser, and then, see, that'll make it deselect. I'm going to erase that little point off, and you might want to go to 800%. There, that's better. But look how big my eraser is. So click on your eraser, and then you can change the size. So we'll go down to 5. There. Okay, I'm looking good. It's probably going to go a little wacky right here and maybe stitch in place a couple times, because look at how those dots come together, but I don't think it's going to affect anything. Okay, so now we'll go up to the top and see if those two are touching. And it kind of is good that they're not touching, because you need to see how I fix that. So I'm going to go into line properties, straight stitch, green, and you know what, now I'm forgetting what green I selected. I'm thinking it was that one. It has to be the same one. We'll know in a second. So, okay. So straight stitch. Ooh. So straight line, straight stitch, green, okay. Then I'm going to draw a line. Now, I don't do good. I am at 800, but really, I think 1600. I do better drawing my lines. So there, I can click right on that dot and kind of, nope, I'm still in pan. So I need to go click on the line right here. How'd I know it was in pan? Because when I touched it, it moved. So I'll go to right there. All right, and then I'll do it again. Click down on this box and bring it up to that one. And then, okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we have a petal. All right, let's save this. So memory, save on the machine. Let's bring in the picture with the circle and the 2 black lines. So we have to go up to the pocket with the arrow pointing out. Takes my machine a minute. There's the green circle with the 2 black lines. Okay. There it is. It's really hard to see the green underneath. But I'm going to deselect, and then we'll be able to see everything. So deselect just means click outside the red box. And now we can see everything. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. That's going to be the leaf, okay? So now get your magic wand, click on the petal, copy it, then we're going to rotate it. So first I want to put it in center and then rotate, and I think I just rotated it 20 degrees, and I want that top to match. So, okay, let me show you what I mean there. I'll go to 400, pan, and we're gonna, okay, so this, the point of the leaf and the point of the petal, I want them both to meet, and it's off a little bit. I think you can see it faintly in the background. So I'm gonna go to rotate, and I'll be able to move it. I always do better moving things when I'm clicking on the arrows. So let's take a look. Let's see what we see. Okay, at 20%, I want to stay away from this, from the stitched line. I went too close on the other one, and I think with all the bulk, but I'm feeling like I'd like to be just a little bit closer. So I'm going to go rotate and go to another 10 degrees, which is going to throw off my points. So now I'm at 30%, and then I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to move it, but it's hard to see. And so I'm going to go to 40%, 400%, and then move up, and I can see better. I'll go back, open my rotate. Your move buttons are under the rotate button and the size button. So, oh, no, it's not letting me move it. Well, because I'm in pan. But if I go here and move to the right a little, so I'm going to get that. So that was 30%. Let's take a look. Okay, so now my points are matching, and then we're going to go back to 100. I'm going to deselect, and are you liking what you see, or did you like 20% better? So, but guess what? Well, you know how, okay, if I want to select that and put it back at 20%, I need to undo, because if I press select now, it's going to select everything that's touching. So if I go to undo, look, I can go back. So I'm going to go 5 less. I feel like my leaf is going to be too big. And that's what I didn't like about this one. I didn't like how big the leaf was. I felt like it was too big. So I'm going to come in a little closer on the leaf. So I'm going to go, so in your instructions, it's going to tell you to rotate 25 degrees. So I'm going to go 5 degrees back, and I want to rotate it counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now move it again so those points match. I'm going to go to 400%, pan, go up to the top, and then move, go to rotate again. Not that I'm going to rotate, but that's where my move buttons are. Okay, so I think just go about right there so I can see that center line mark. Let's look at it at 100%. Okay, I'm happy now. So, okay, so now I need another one on the other side. So we need to copy it. So copy, mirror it. Let's see what happens. Mirror, no, it didn't do anything. I'm gonna just put it right back. Okay, now this time, I want to rotate the opposite, which I had rotate PJ, or maybe some of these smart people will tell me how far to rotate it. So I had rotated 25 degrees. Let's go 50 and see where it happens. So I want to rotate again counterclockwise. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's see if it's looking right. I'm thinking some of these mathematicians out there will tell me if we're looking good. I'll get it about there. Let's deselect. Remember, I can always go back. So I'm going to zoom in to 400. Now remember, this is a lot of work, but we are going to turn it into a poinsettia. So you're going to do a lot of work right now, but you're going to be able to make a bunch of Christmas decorations too. So I am going to press rotate and move that down so the points are matching. Could it have been as simple as that? No, nothing's ever that easy. Hey, it looks good.
It looks pretty good.
It was it. Okay. Get a protractor. Yes, we need one of those. But we got it. Deb says we have it, so we have it. Okay, so there. I'm going to deselect just so you can see everything. Okay, so there we are. So we have our inner, so we have our lines to be sewn. I think I have all the elements there now. Okay, so what do I want to do first? I want to, the thing that's the farthest underneath is going to be the fancy fill, right? And I want the fancy fill underneath the petals. Do I? Yeah. Why? Well, no, no, because that's going to be covered up. So I don't need the fancy fill there. Yes, I will. I do need it because, right, we like our fancy fill. We like to show it off. So it's going to be underneath there. And I do like that might show, I guess. You don't have to, but we're going to. Okay, so I need this. I need to get rid of my black line. Now, did we save? I can't remember. So this is really important right now to memory save on the machine. Okay, so now I know I don't want this black line in my way. So go get your magic wand, click on the black line, and cut it away. Okay, I just want fancy fill. I don't want any of these lines to sew. So I am going to go into line properties, no sew, okay. Then all these lines, I don't want them to sew, so I am going to Oh, I forgot. I always forget that. Line bucket and turn the green lines. It should just take 2 clicks and all the green lines turned gray. So we know that they're going to not sew. Now, fill properties, fancy fills, select. This is where I spend so much time because I love these fancy fills. I did something really simple before, and I don't really like the simple ones, but I know a lot of people like that look. So what one should I get this time? See, I'm wasting time. This is one of my favorites. And the little flowers is cute, and we're doing flowers. Why don't I go for it? Little flowers. Okay. So that was 012. Okay. We are going to fill that with yellow stitches. So it's going to be kind of a goldenrod yellow. Okay. Then fill bucket. And I know I have the right fill. I can see it right there. Fill bucket and click on that area in between. Okay. So we've got our fancy fill. Okay. I want that to sew out. And then the next thing I need to put in is the leaf, right? So if I try to do the leaf or anything else right now, the machine will decide what order it wants to sew in. So that's why I got to send it over to embroidery one step at a time. So next, do I want to change the size? Let's look at it. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? But I like it. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that size. Set. Okay. Remember, we saved it, so we're okay. So, okay. Now, so here I have 4 elements now. I have the placement line, tack down for my batting, tack down for my fabric, and the fancy fill. Now we need to go back to IQ Designer. So add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. That's where the memory is. That's their symbol for the memory. We need all of these. So we need everything. Okay. So we need the circle with the black line with the green petals. Okay, all I want to sew out is the green petal. It's the green petal in the center. I don't want anything else. I can tell it to no sew some things, but the petals, I'm going to need to erase some lines. So I think I'm going to leave some things on there to no sew. So first we're going to go up to line properties. We are going to go to no sew. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Mary's asking if Tommy is going to digitize Good Cheer. Do you know if Good Cheer came in? She shipped me 150 of the books.
Yes, I
yes,
think it did.
They came.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take them. So Tommy's also going to go to the birthday party and everything. I'm going to take it in my suitcase and hand it to down there. Yes. So he is definitely going to do it. We already got her permission, so we are really excited. I can't wait to see it. So it is in our shipping area right now. I'm going to take one with me when I go. So all right. So use fancy fill underneath and use a different fill for petals. Yeah. Right. So I know, because we love our fancy fills. You know, sometimes I think I go overboard, but they really make everything pretty. Okay, so where are we? We need to no sew a couple items. I don't need to sew the circle, so I'm going to go, I put it in no sew, so I'm going to click on the bucket, click on the green circle. I don't need to do that. Click on the black line. I don't need that. Okay, but now if I click on this green line, it's going to no sew everything. So here's another time that we need to break the line. Now I'm thinking when I do the applique that I'm just going to, I won't know how high up, or because the petal really needs to just be here to here. I don't need to even go all the way up to the top. But I don't want to make it so low that it's not going to be green up to this point. So I want to make sure I go to here. So let's get that eraser. And I always like a smaller size eraser. I'm going to go down to 10. And I'm going to break that line. Like it looks like it's going to be about at least an inch above. Oh, wow. Now it looks like, because I'm not zoomed in, that eraser is really small now. So I'll go back up and I'm just going to go right across to this line. Okay, now I need to break other lines. So I don't want to sew this inner line at all. So I think I better go to at least 200 and let's just start erasing it. So go here, a little scared though. So I need to zoom in even farther. So let's go to 400 and I'm gonna need to pan around. There we go, let's see how I do. Oh, I know me, and I just do so much better at 800. And then click on the eraser and come to, ooh, see how big my eraser is? Way too big. So when you zoom in, you gotta make your eraser smaller. When you're at 100, you might even want your eraser bigger. So that's why they are. Now I've got a nice small eraser. And if I erase too far, I can undo and do it again. Okay, so I'm good there. Why don't I get this line right now? So we're gonna get that one where that's one of the flower petals and we don't want it to sew it. Now see, this is where it could sew kind of what I say wacky. It might sew in place a little bit. But it's like, let's go up to 1600 and just see if I can get rid of that little, there, I did it. Okay, so when you zoom in, you do better erasing. So I'm gonna go back down to 800, but I can't really tell where I am. So, okay, I know I need to break this one over here. So let's pan that to center, to the center of the screen, not the center of the line, but I have it in the center right here. Now I can go to 1600. Oop, I think I better go to 800, but I need to get rid of that line and that line. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to 1600 because I know what I have to erase. Select my eraser. It's nice and small. It's at a 3, but look at how big it looks. I'm gonna try to get that, but I don't want to break a line. So I did good, okay? But if I bumped it, so if I bumped here, oh no, then undo and it will fill that back in. And then you could try again. So let's undo again just so, oops, maybe not. There, okay, so we pretended like I made a hole in it, and so I undo and I do it again. Okay, let's go back to 100 and take a look. So I can see that, look what I did, I broke the wrong line. I don't want to break that line. That's the line I want to keep. So we're going to go to 400 and pan over. We're going to go undo, undo. This line and this line is what I want to get rid of. Okay, I'm not doing, I'm going to pretend like I did that on purpose. So, okay, so here we go. I think I'm better off going to 800. We do have a kit, Antoinette. We have a kit, and I'm not going to bed tonight until I have the instruction printed. And so the kit we're going to sell is going to have the printed instructions. We will be posting the instructions, but if you're like me and the printer never works for me, then you will receive your kit with the printed instructions in it, and you don't have to worry about a printer. See, I think I better go to 1600 and maybe pan, get that in the center, and then eraser, and erase that right there. Go here. So this Christmas, I'm going to try to get rid of that extra little block. It doesn't want to go away. There, okay, it did it. Okay, so now, okay, so I broke the line. Okay, if I click, I'm still connected up there. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna, I guess what I should have done is broke the line all the way across. Well, let's see what happens when I select it. So we're going to go to our magic wand, select. Let's see what it selects. I think we're going to be all right. Okay, so I selected, cut it. There, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so there we go. All right. So, okay, so that's going to be my applique piece. I'm going to need a line to connect it. But you know what? When I satin stitch, I don't want to satin stitch across there. I just want to set, so is it okay just to leave that as a raw edge? It's going to be covered by another piece of fabric. So I'm going to do it this way. I think we're going to be all right. So, okay. So here, first we already told it no sew. All right. Now line properties, straight stitch. I'm going to stay with the green. Green, okay. It's already green. Well, line bucket, click on the line to turn it green, and it will probably get an error message. No, it was probably a different shade of green. Okay, so now it's going to be straight stitch. So that is going to tell me that's going to be the placement line. So let's click on next. And just to be safe, I'm going to need this again in order to do the satin stitching. And we did a lot of work. So let's go memory, save on the machine. You know, I know you guys can't see me, but like I'm always like I'm waving my hands like you can see me and all animated, but that's all right. Oh no, no. Okay. All right. So there we are. Okay. So we got the straight stitch. So next. Oh, did I save? I can't remember. So I better press memory, save on the machine. If you saved it twice, it's not going to hurt anything. Look at this, there's something up here. So there's something up there that didn't get erased. So return. Let's just, I don't know, I guess just select it. So I must have left like one little stitch. Okay, so I'm going to just select a box up there. It's going to erase more than I want, but I don't need that. So cut that away. All right, now close that and next. It would have just done a couple stitches up there, probably wouldn't have hurt anything, but there's my straight stitch for my placement line. Set that. Okay. We already saved it. I need another one, so let's go edit and copy. Now, if I go to rotate and press center, no, see, then you have to move it down. So it would have been better. Now I can move it one right on top of the other, but oh, wrong way, but it's a little bit of work. If I had done this step, maybe it needs to go up a little bit. So if I had done this step as add IQ designer, which I'm going to do my next step, it is going to position it right on top of the other. So it's better. Okay, so I'm looking down here. It's going to get covered with the satin stitch. So I have a placement line. I now have a tack down line. Now I need the satin stitch. So, okay. Add IQ designer. Pocket with the arrow pointing out. Thinking this is the one I need. Right here, so it's just got the green leaf, and it has the no sew of the stitching line and the circle. So okay. Now I need a satin stitch. So line properties. I'm going to stay with green again. So satin stitch, green, okay. Line bucket. Click on the green line to make it satin stitch. So I wasn't sure if I clicked on it, but when I click on it again, it gives me the error message. It's saying you already did that. Now I got to make sure that these aren't going to sew out. So let's go to line properties, or you can just click on the zigzag and go no sew, okay. Then click on it and make sure it's no sew. Yeah, it was. But there's no harm in double checking it. But I knew it was because it gave me the error message. So next, and you're going to see, hey, it's straight. Oh, look at that. I never got rid of this. I guess I didn't erase far enough. So, oh no, I pulled it out of memory. That's right. So there must be a little dot right there. Let's pan up. So you saw the little, I'm at 1600. Maybe I should be at 400.
I see it.
You see it right there? Is that it?
I see it.
Oh, right there. That's it. Right there, maybe?
Yep.
Well, anyhow, what you do is you take your select box, okay, and you select inside here, and there it is, that teeny tiny dot. And who knows, sometimes it stitches like 10 times in that spot. So let's cut it away. All right, now let's go back to 100. Now, next. And there's my zigzag. Now, it selects a zigzag of 2 millimeters wide, which I don't like at all. I like it 4. Some people like it 3.5. So you decide where you want it. It's in inches, and we're so used to doing satin stitch with, like, we think 3.5, 4, 4.5, but let me tell you what the inch equivalent to 4 is, and I wrote it down, but I don't know where I put it. So let's just go show you how I figured it out. You go up to settings, page 9 of 12. You go from inches to millimeters. Okay. So here I am at 2 millimeters. I want it 4. So I'm going to click up to 4. Now it's like, okay, so what is it? So you go back up to settings, and you go to page 9 of 12, switch to inches, okay, and now I know that 4 millimeters is 0.160 inches. So I'll have that in your instructions. Okay. Set. Okay. Now I have this saved, right? Yeah, I saved it. So there we are, and see how it put it right on top of the other? So even though it's extra steps, it's easier because everything's on top of each other. Now we just have to do 2 petals. 2 petals, and we also need that straight stitch in there because I had such a hard time. Okay, so now add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. I'm going to get this one. It's the one with the 3 petals. So the leaf and the 2 petals and everything is there. So get that one. Okay. All right. Do I need it to sew the outline? No. I don't want it to sew the leaf. I don't want it to sew the this black line, the straight stitch. Or do I? I could do that right now. Let's leave that there. Okay, so I'm going to have to erase again. I have to break those lines. So I don't want it to sew the green leaf. So I need to get rid of this green leaf here. And I also need to get rid of the line, this line, anything that's part of the green leaf. And I thought I'd just have it sew here, up to here, down. So I'm not going to have it so straight up there. I'm going to have it end there. But if you want it to sew straight up, you could draw a line. So I'm going to turn that center line off. It's kind of getting me mixed up now. So the grid, I'm going to go to no grid. Okay. So there. So now, see, I don't have a line. So the petal, if you want one of them to look like they're overlapping, that might be kind of pretty, right? So maybe I do want one of those curved lines. I do. I want it. So if you don't, then you'll erase all of that. But if you do, I think I'm going to keep this line and erase that one. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get our eraser, and we need to break the line. So here again, my circle is well, and my circle's the right size, but I can't see good. So I'm going to go to 400. I'm going to pan. I press pan, and we are going to select the eraser. Go, oh no, look how big the eraser is. So go down. Here I am at 9. I do okay there, but I do even better zooming in a little farther. But better would be, before I zoom in, to select pan and put that in the center, that area in the center, then go to 800. Now I can see better. Let's see how big my eraser is. Oh, I don't have it selected. So eraser, it's at 6. I'm pretty good. Let's see. We're going to, oh no, that's too big for me. So I'm going to go down to 3. And I need to get that align race without erasing the other line. Okay, oh no, see, I need to go up to 1600. Is it midnight yet? Or is it, what time is it?
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm fine? Okay, I'm fine. Okay.
So you're good.
All right. Okay, so I got rid of that part. Let's make sure I erased the right one. I did. Okay, now I got to go over to the other side. Okay, so I'll go to 400. All right, pan up here, get it in the center. I want to erase right here. Sometimes if you talk it to yourself, you remember better. Okay, so here I've got the eraser. It's tiny. Let's go, and that just looks like it would be. So I'll erase some of that. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's zoom out. Okay, so I got the bottom. Now I want to erase. I got to do that big line, this big line. Okay, so we're going to go to, let's go to 400. And we'll break that line down there. Let's put it in the middle. So go to 400, put it in the middle, then go to 1600. Get your eraser and erase it. Now see that? That's where it's going to go crazy. Yeah. That's what happened to me before. It was like stitched in place and everything. I think I need to get rid of that. So I gotta, let's just see if I bump it with my eraser and see what, oh no, my eraser's still too big. Here, I've got a 1 eraser. No, oh, I did good. Okay, so there, let's get rid of that little block. I can't go any bigger. I went up to go bigger and I can't go any bigger. There, that was pretty good. Okay, so try to get in there closer. Okay, you can always undo and try again. Let's go straight across to the other side. So you can click on your slider bar down here and slide over to the other side. Here we are, right? It's this line I need to get rid of, right? But do you remember whether it is or not? I like to check. Let's go to 200. Yes, it is. It's that line. I'm going to go back up to 1600, but see, we had put it pretty much in the center so we can see it. We still have the eraser at 1. I'm going to try to get that. It's like there's a chunk there. There, that's better. I'm not going to worry about these others. Okay, so there, now I got to go up. So let's just take that slider bar on the other side, because see, that'll keep me in eraser. Oh, I have no idea where I am though. So I think I got to go down to 400 and pan and look around, maybe even go down to 200 there. So I broke the line there. I need to break it right there. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, right? So I need to break the second one off and the 5th one off. So let's pan and put that in the center. Let's go up to 1600 and get our eraser. And I'm at 1. The second one, right? And the 5th one. Oh, okay, I did pretty good. But see, I do better. I have a mouse. You definitely, I cannot do this with the stylus.
Do you see that little dot there?
Yes, I do. I better get rid of it.
Oh,
okay,
thank you.
There we go. All right. Gloria, you are excellent at erasing.
You're great.
I get an A in erasing. Okay. There, I don't know. We'll just see what happens up there. Okay, so let's go to 400. Okay, no, I think I better go to 100. Okay, so I broke it there. Let's get rid of those lines. Okay, so let's go to select it. So down here next to memory, that dotted box, the magic wand, let's click on that one and cut it. Click on this one and cut it. All right, so here, click on the bottom of the leaf and cut it. Okay, I'm doing good. So now I just want to get rid of that one. So I need to break the line. I'm going to keep that whole line there. You can do whatever you want. I'm just thinking if I did a straight line there, it's not going to look good. So, okay, so we'll pan. Oh, no, we can't pan. We're at 100%. So let's go to 200 and pan. Oh, what'd I do? I selected something. I hope I didn't move anything. Let's go to 100 and see. I think I just selected it. I didn't move it. Okay, so we are going to pan. No. Okay, select outside. Oh, I'm at 100. That's why it's not letting me pan. Okay, so I'm keeping this line. I'm breaking away this one. It's right in the center. Let's go up to 1600. Get the eraser. My eraser's still at 1. And here, oh, I got a little dot there, little dot there. I'm going to lift my mouse because I'm happy with it, but I'm not happy there. I just have a feeling when I tell it to satin stitch, it's going to do it like triple thick. Ooh, let's just get rid of some. Everybody tells me don't worry about it, but when I tried this, it was too thick. I'm going to see what happens if I get one more. Okay, okay, that's good, right? Okay, so I'm good. So now we're going to pan. So you can undo, redo, just keep doing that. I'm going to pan up, following this line. I'm still and now I need to break that line. Okay, so I got my eraser. It's at 1. I think the key to erasing is zooming in and then getting your eraser. See, I did good. Okay, now go back to 200. No, better go back to 100. Get that line. So select, magic wand, select that line, and cut it away. Okay, so now I have, this is what I want to end up with.
Get the little dot at the end. I think I saw a little dot.
You saw another little dot?
But what does a little dot do? Will that make a huge difference?
No,
if there's just a...
but you thought you saw one. Well, I can always go to the next screen and it'll show me and I can come back and erase it.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay. So this is what I want to applique down now with my yellow fabric. I'm going to do it with a straight stitch. Will it hurt to sew that straight stitch? No. So I'm just going to leave it there. At first I thought, oh, I don't want that straight stitch. Okay, so I definitely don't want to sew the circle or the black line. Oh, yes, I do. I do want to do the black line. But we don't want to sew the green circle. So we're going to go to line properties, no sew, okay, and tell it not to sew the black line by clicking on the green line. Uh-oh, didn't press line bucket. So line bucket, click on it, and it is now gray. I do want to sew the black line with a straight stitch because that's going to give me my stitching line when I go to put these circles together. So line properties, straight stitch, okay. Well, I guess, I'm going to go yellow. Will I be able to see it? Let's go, let's just go red. Red, okay. And then line bucket, click on the black line to turn it red. So it's going to sew the straight stitch. Okay. My green line, I want that to be a straight stitch because that's going to be my placement line for my fabric. So placement line and next. Okay, I better save. Memory, save on the machine because I need to come back here. I don't want to do all that work again. I need to come back here to do the tack down. I need to bring it back up again to do the satin stitch. We're almost done. We are almost done. So, okay, so let's go next because we want that straight stitch to stitch. Next. Right now it's got my, this triangle selected as a straight stitch. We're good there. Really everything's going to be a straight stitch, so I don't need to do anything to this page. So set. Okay, we already saved it. All right, so I've got that stitching line. I've got my placement line. Wow, I didn't need to do so much satin stitch. But I guess, well, what's the difference? It's not going to hurt it, is it? Okay, so now we need to add. So let's go add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out, it's thinking, select the last one that's saved. So it's the 2 petals and the straight stitch lines. Okay. All right, now I want to do the tack down line. I don't want to make a copy of that because all I want is the tack down for the petals of the flowers. So line properties, no sew, okay. Line bucket, click on the black circle. Oh, it's already black, so okay, it's already a no sew. Okay, now I want line properties, straight stitch. We could go red, because look at this. I go red, okay. It's going to sew the red as a straight stitch. So I don't even need to click on it. So there's places where you can skip over steps. Okay, so that's the tack down. Next. Thinking we're good. Look, no dots. We don't have any dots. So set. Okay, wait. Do we need, no, we already saved it. We're okay. So, okay, there we go. Okay, so there's the tack down for my fabric and we're gonna trim. Do we want fancy fill? Do we want a fancy fill on the petals? And I usually like my but okay, so we got a tack down for the fabric. It's already gonna be puffy, so I think we can do it. I think we can add the if you want to. So, okay, so here, so we've got, so let's just look at what we have. So we'll scroll up. So I've got my placement line for my petals, tack down line for my petals. I need to add the fancy fill. So add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. Get that last one again. Okay. Now I want to add the fancy fill. I don't want to sew out any of these lines. So let's go in and tell it line properties, no sew, okay, and then line bucket. Click on all these lines to make them no sew. So they all turn gray. Now I'm going to fill the petals. So fill properties, then fancy fills, select, and pick another one. What one would you pick, PJ? You pick it. Which one? Somebody pick it, because I can never decide. Like, I already have a fancy, pretty, maybe I better go with one that isn't so fancy. Hey, you know what? Let's have fun. Okay, let's pick my favorite plain one, which is this one with the stars. Okay, now we'll just use a color we haven't used yet. Let's go purple. So I got my fancy fill, purple. Okay, now fill bucket. Click inside to fill it. If I fill this other one at the same time, let's see what happens. So click it to fill it, and it's looking kind of blah. Okay, so let's go next. I'm thinking we can change the angle. Okay, so let's just go here to the angle of the stitch, plus it up to 15. Let's just say okay and see what happens. It's like, well, see, it kind of breaks it apart. So I like it. Do you like it? Like, you could change this one too.
Yes.
Now, remember.
We love it.
We love it. Okay, good. Okay. Now, remember, it is going to stop to do a jump stitch trim at every one of these ends, and we don't want that. So we're going to go here to outline and turn it on. But notice I only have one selected. So turn it on. Okay. It's going to think a second. But what I could have done is link them both together and then gone down to outline on, and it would have done both of them at the same time. It threw me off that there's this rectangle in the middle. Oh, I forgot to press OK. But it's just the two squares are overlapping. So that looks really good, doesn't it?
Really
wow.
good.
Okay, so set. Okay, we already saved it. Now we need to add the satin stitch around the petals. Okay, so we still have one more step. We still have to sew the front to the back, okay? Or the back to the, whatever. Okay, so now add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. The last one we saved, which has the petals. Okay, I don't need to sew those lines. I just need to sew the petals with a satin stitch. So first I'm going to go in and tell it no sew. So no sew, okay. And then line bucket and click on those lines that I don't need anymore. Okay, so those two. Now line properties again, satin stitch. Pick a color we haven't used. Let's go blue. Okay. Line bucket. It's already selected. See how it was already light blue? Click on the red line to turn it blue. The whole thing turned blue. So we're good. Next. There, remember the satin stitch is not wide enough. So we already figured out that 0.080 was 2, and we're going to take it up to 0.160. Okay. Now that's 4. You may like a different number. Okay, I like it. I like what I see. I was always bringing it up to 110, but you're going to see that your satin stitch is going to look perfect. So I'm just keeping it at the 100%. So set. Okay. All right, there we go. What do we need now? Once we've sewn it, we have to sew the back together. Now remember, the easiest way, this has been a long process, hasn't it? But the easiest way, I'm going to rip this off. So, okay, is to go, I don't know whether you can tell because it's already sewn together, but we're going to take 2 pieces of fabric, fold them in half, have the folded edge at the center, and then we're going to have a real easy time flipping it. But all we need is 1 circle to sew that. So we need, now what one was the biggest circle? It is the green one, okay? So you see it there, it's the green one, it's the biggest one. That's the one we need. If I select the red one, no good, okay? Because it'll be too small and then my stitching's gonna show. So green, here's green right here. Let's just do it from here. Select the green. So just click on it. You don't even know it's selected other than it says green now. And then you're going to go up to edit and copy it. Okay, you can't even see I have another one. It just put the one right on top of the other. Click on edit, and now we'll be able to see as the very, very last step, the green circle. Okay, so what I was thinking I would do, PJ, is just sew it without doing the fancy fill. And then they will see how to sew it. Okay, I think that would be the best.
Yeah.
Unless it's really late. Is it?
It's, let's see what time is it. It is 4:52.
4:52. So should we sew it out next week? And I think so. Let's
keep going for a little while. See where we go.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll go a little
yeah, because maybe it'll be enough. Okay. So let's see what color thread I have in. I don't have any thread in. I think I'm going to put the yellow in.
let's ask the audience.
Yes, the
should
audience.
We keep going?
Should we keep going? Keep going. Marilyn says keep going. Okay, good. Okay. And I remember I'm going to skip over steps, so hopefully it'll be pretty quick. And I won't, although I won't be careful about snipping because that takes me a while. I'll just snip as fast as I can. Okay, so I've got my yellow. Maybe I should have gone darker. Okay, so then, okay, I'm getting a red light, so I didn't finish. So embroidery, and what else didn't I do? I didn't press memory, save on the machine, because you're gonna need to make 4 of these. If you wanna make a table runner, you need to make 12 of them. Okay, so there, now I'm just gonna sew, and it's gonna do my placement line for my batting. And I said that slow because I went, uh-oh, is it gonna do the green? Because we don't want it to sew the green circle. We want it to sew the red circle. And I can see that the red circle is in my window there. So the red circle is there. Okay. This is so much fun, isn't it? I'm having the best time. I love doing this. And then I also love, when you make it and post pictures, pick your own colors. Now, see, I'm always in a hurry, so I'll stop it. I'll cut my thread. Okay, I stopped it. I cut my thread. I'm going to go to plus minus. So see, this is when you kind of get in trouble sometimes too, is plus minus, and I want to go to the next color. Okay, because I don't want to waste time. And then I'm going to say okay, because I don't want to be in that. And this was a piece of batting that we had laying here. And so I'm just going to position it and sew this. Well, after it sews this, we're going to trim it. And it's still a red circle. So we know it is the smaller one. It's just going to be a hair smaller. I just want to make sure I don't get any bubbles. And I am going to pull out these applique scissors out of this beautiful set that I think all of you should have to go with your machine. And it has the mini duckbill applique, which is my favorite for cutting the batting, because if you use your squeezy snips, they get stuck in the batting. And this, it doesn't, it lifts it up. Oh, see there, it's sewing it again. I guess I can be patient. No, I can't. I can't be patient. I'm going to stop it, cut it, plus minus. Oh, I didn't let it do its thing. Plus minus, and advance to the next color, which will be the bigger green, and that will be my fabric. So I'm going to hold my scissors like this. This is going to keep so the duckbill goes underneath. It's going to prevent you from snipping your no-show underneath. Steve and Kathy, I should have Steve and Kathy here with me. So I hope, I'm going away again. We felt really, really good after our presentations to the teachers. They were so interested in everything. They were wonderful. So we have some great teachers out there that are already teaching sewing in their school, but they came to see what kind of ideas that we would give them. And Tommy has his sweatshirt kit, and it's all cut out, which, we said the kids are so used to instant gratification that they don't want to take six weeks, or however, a whole semester, then 4 weeks to lay out and cut out. They want to get to the sewing machine. And I told them, we need you to be influencers. We need you to get them sewing right away so they love it. Because that's the part we all love too, right? When we're doing the sewing. And so I trimmed it away. I'm going to put it back in. Oh, I flipped it around. Back in. And then I'm going to lay this gorgeous sunflower fabric. Remember, was it a week ago or was it 2 weeks ago? I can't even remember. Where I said, I don't want to sew you a kit because we have a better fabric coming. And I think this is really pretty. So I'm just staying with it, make sure I don't get a bubble. But usually the batting, the fabric sticks to the batting. You can use the fusible fleece, ultra soft fusible, a spare piece of batting. Like they must have left a piece of batting here last night, so I just grabbed it.
What kind of batting did you use?
Well, this is that heirloom fusible, which we really like.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is when I say, oh, I don't want to keep going. So I stop and I cut, and then I go to my next step. So I still have plus minus on here. So I'm going to go, let's see what the next step is. And that's the fancy fill. So I'm not going to sew that. That'll take too long. Okay? You're going to sew it, and hopefully I'll be able to come back and sew it. So next step is the placement line for the leaf. So we are going to sew that. So there. And oh yeah, I have a piece of the leaf here. And I've got fabric here. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize how big I made the leaf. So I'm going to save time again. Stop, cut. Advance to the next step, which will be that tack down again. Yeah, here. Position my fabric. Now I'm going to double check that I like this green. They like this deep green, but before we send the kits out, I'm going to double check that that's my favorite green. I do think it looks pretty. Okay, so there, I'm just going to stop and cut. I'm just trying to save time so I don't keep you till midnight. And this time I'm going to pull out the squeezy snips. And already I didn't put away these. Okay, so there. And I think I always need to, but normally I would take this out and put it on a flat surface. So there. Now you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried that this green is going to show through the yellow. Yeah, so I think I would take my yellow and I would put shape flex. And just that little bit of shape flex will fix that. Now I know I don't have the right color green thread, but I'm not going to sew the satin stitch because that'll just waste time. And it's okay to have a raw edge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there. Okay, so there I tacked it down. My next step is the satin stitch, so we're not going to sew that, but you are. Okay, so there. Now I have my placement. Oh no, there I have my stitching for where this is where I'm going to sew the two pieces together. So I won't have to mark it with chalk. Remember last week I was marking it with chalk? So I'm going to have a straight line on there. So maybe next week I'll show you sewing them together. There. And it again is going to go over it twice, which I would normally let it do it. And then, but I'm just going to stop it, cut. And I need to do the placement line, so I should have just let it sew. I'll just let it sew. Okay, it'll only take a second because it's going to go down and do the placement line for the petals. Okay, so here is this going to show through? And it sure does look like it's going to show through. So I think I have a piece of shape flex. I'm hoping I have a piece big enough. Okay, now, oh, what's it doing? Looks like my thread is fraying, but we'll see. that's okay. We'll know in a second. So there.
Are we gonna post these instructions?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and um, write them.
Right.
I
Real,
think
real
it
good
went well. I
instructions.
don't feel like I feel like I did good. Okay. Oh, there's that line. Oh no no no! Look at crash. Oh no! I didn't think of that.
You caught it pretty
Okay,
quickly, though.
I did, but I need a screwdriver. You can't get out of this easy. You got to loosen, take off your presser foot. Didn't think of that at all.
So what would you do there? Put some tape down on it to
Yeah,
prevent it?
that's what I should have done. I need one of those screwdrivers with the. Oop. I need you to do it.
Oh, sure.
From that, I just can't get it. I just need to loosen that big screw.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the only way to get out of here, right?
Right.
There. Okay. Now I'll loosen it really loose, because you don't if you let that foot kick like it does, it could it could pull it out of the hoop. So okay. So here, am I out of there? Okay, I'm gonna lift up. This is actually really good that this happened. Okay, so it's telling me lift my foot up. Okay, so I'm okay to lift it up. Oh man, okay, it's okay. My thread is connected, so I better cut my thread. Let's see if it's gonna let me out of here. Oh my! Don't pull it apart. Don't. Okay, maybe if from right here. Okay, maybe. Why isn't it letting me out? Oh, they did. This one must have been hitting. See what a mess I made? Okay, now here, I'll get my squeezy snips right here.
Right here.
I got them.
You got them?
And I don't need this fabric. I think I'm just going to cut it. But normally I would just go in and try to snip the threads underneath. So I would just swing it around. And oh my, wow, look
my
at
goodness.
this.
This is riveting. I've never.
This is riveting. Yes. You think it's ruined, didn't you? Now
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
My table topper is ruined, or else I have to live with the presser foot attached.
Sorry?
Yes. Okay. So here we'll get another piece. Okay, so normally I would be real careful and I would just snip the threads. But this time I don't have to be careful, because this section's going to be, I really did it,
didn't I? This is surgery right here.
This is surgery. You wouldn't want me. Look at how bad I am at surgery. Okay, there we go. Okay, so maybe I should just clean that up a little bit. Oh, I can't lose the presser foot. Okay, so what is it gonna do? I'm just gonna cut that out of there. Maybe just clean it up a little bit. Okay.
This is gonna get covered up.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. The whole while I wasn't watching, because I was worried that my shape flex wasn't big enough. And so let's just look at that. But you will cut your shape flex big enough. And so I normally would iron this to the back of my fabric. Yeah, my shape, if I angle, no, it's almost big enough. But I would, I'm just going to place it there, but you would iron a big enough piece on the back of your yellow, and this white shape flex will prevent the green from showing through. So if we, yeah, it's going to be fine. So, okay. And now we're going to put our presser foot back on.
This is like very, very helpful for me. I'm learning all this.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
it's going to happen to you, right?
Right.
It's happened to every single one of us. And it's like, learn how to.
And tape down.
Yeah, so tape down. I didn't even think of it, though. I should have not been thinking about the next step. Don't worry about the next step until this step is over. So there. Thread it.
So what you need is some good embroidery tape.
Oh yeah, and the tape dispensers. You gotta have those.
I noticed you were out.
Yes, I
grabbed you
am.
some
So I do need. Where
embroidery
is
tape.
mine? Right here. Yeah. So there it is. So you just take the old one out. And if I can get it out, there we go.
Oh.
And then the new one. Did
Mhm.
I bump something?
No, you're good.
Yes. Yes, it will happen. Everybody
We
says.
always learn something.
Yes. Uh-huh. Why can't you just trim the green away? And you could, couldn't you? So who just said that? Dorothy said that. Why not just trim it away? But then still the blue might show through, right? Yeah, the print of the blue, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look bad. But
I don't see much, and there's a lot of light on it. It might be okay. It
so
might be
you
okay.
could take your chances and just trim it away. It probably would be better to trim it away. But so what I should have done is I should have had a piece of tape here holding that. So when it passed over, I just had no idea it was going to do it. So here, I'll just take the tape off for now. Because we're going to jump to the next step. Okay, so which our next step is tacking down the fabric. So let's see. There it is. There's the next step. Okay, so, and just to be easy, I am going to position, and even though it doesn't cover, but you would have a piece that you would iron to the back and you would make sure it covered. And I'm going to put my yellow on top. Hopefully I cut this big enough. Oh yeah, this is big enough. There. Okay, so now it's going to be yellow on yellow, but I think you'll get the idea.
Now, do you have to have a Kimberbell tape dispenser?
Oh yeah, we do. We have. Oh no, you don't have to buy that, but you're going to want it.
I think you have to have
You
one.
have to have it. Yes, you do. Okay. Yes, you do.
I think you have to have a Kimberbell tape dispenser.
You do, because they're really cute. A big Kimberbell shipment is on its way to us. So I'm going to stop there just to save time. So, cut. And I guess what would be next? Fancy fill inside the petals. So I'll just snip this. I'm thinking if I got to show them, I know it's going to mean that mine is going to just be thrown away, but if I got to show them putting the back on the front,
sure,
because that's okay. So
as long as you're okay, you got a lot of running around to do after this.
Yeah, I got to.
You're getting ready to go to Maryland, or not Maryland. Yeah, Maryland.
Maryland, yeah. Well, I got to take in my dress. I got a dress, but it's a little too big. So tonight I have to take in my dress, pack everything. But it doesn't really matter what time I arrive, for his birthday. Because I'll be there until, I guess Tuesday morning I'm going to come home because I'm going to go to Nora's baby shower. My niece Nora is having a baby in August. And she is very excited. She lives in Brooklyn, New York.
And she's got the cast of hair coming
Yes, yes.
Was I not supposed to say that?
No, but they are going to, so she's at the Kennedy Center.
What?
In the cast of
so
hair.
She's in the
show.
In the show for hair.
So, and meanwhile, and she plays a girl that's pregnant, and she is pregnant. And you know what I said? I said, is she going to be in the nude? And they said, no. So I thought, good thing. That would just, I don't know. Remember, they're in the nude. Did you ever see that one, PJ? The
I don't
music
think
is
so.
really good. Oh, I told you I wasn't going to be careful. She's been in it the whole summer, which is really good.
It's impressive to be pregnant and be in
Right.
a musical.
Definitely. Okay, so I'm wondering if I should just take, because normally I would take just a hair of this is going to show. Oh, I'm just going to grab the blue. And so I have 2 pieces left. Okay, well, I have enough to make 2 pieces. So you want to have 2 pieces that are going to overlap. So remember, this is 10.4. So if I have 2 pieces, let's say 11 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. And I won't even bother ironing them. But you'll iron yours. But I will want to put the tape down too.
Okay.
And then, let me see, that's
You need
2, 4. Well, I'm okay. 6, 8, 10, 11. I'll just cut here. Hope I did that. I did good. I did. So I don't want to keep them too long. So
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be okay. But you're gonna take this piece and fold it in half. So make sure that it ends up at least 5.5 inches, and mine is 6.5 inches. So you're gonna fold it in half and press it, and same thing. Okay, I gotta cut this one 11 inches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
So let's see, maybe next show you could re-sew and we could show how pretty it is.
Yeah, well, we'll want to sew all of them together. Yes, so
Yeah.
I'll have 4 of them made by next week. PJ, show them the green. I don't think the green is right. I think it's too dark. So I think a shade like this, more of a sage green. I think that's too dark, or what? Yeah. No, it's no good. So yours won't be like that.
Question here: do you think the zigzag stitches on the green inside yellow petals will show through? That's a good question.
Maybe not, but maybe.
With the shape flex on there, even
you could even you'd be able to tell. So maybe stop it from stitching. You gotta.
okay.
Yeah. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I didn't do that right. I should have just made it go over just like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. Okay. So here I'm going to bring this up to center. I want to make sure I have at least a 1/4 inch seam allowance and center it. Now, remember, this is the hard part. You don't want this line to be where the fold is, because this will show from the wrong side, right? Oh, wait, okay. Now, when do I put the yellow? Oh, that's right. It has to be yellow. Has to be yellow. It does. So it has to be yellow, because that's what's going to show from the wrong side. So I better cut some yellow. I'll just do it real quick.
No problem. You're fine.
Okay. Good thing we got that.
As long as you can get to the dry cleaner, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I slept good last night. The night before our last show for the teachers, I didn't sleep. You know how that happens. And yet I didn't sleep, and I had to not only put on that presentation, but then drive 6.5 hours. That was bad. I'll just make sure that I'll sleep tonight. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to go 12.
This is what we're doing, Melba.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes, because this will be the wrong side, right? Is yellow, and when it flips, yours will look much better than this. When it flips, it'll be like that. And see, our petal Go. And remember, when I sewed mine, it was wrong. So yours is going to look a lot better than mine. Okay. We will show you that.
This is so cool. What do we call this project?
Sunflower.
It's a It's like an original project.
Well, I saw pictures of them on the internet.
That's right.
Yeah. So and that's what your Chelsea said to me. I said, oh, I saw a picture of it, and she said everything starts with something that inspires you, whether it's a picture or something, right?
Yeah.
You don't just, so it's not wrong to do it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to go to 12. Okay. So close up that. Okay. So we're not going to iron. Okay. But we will iron when we go to do the real thing. Okay, and all that I want to make sure of is that when we flip it, that the part where so right there, I'll be fine because I'm completely covering this part that I'm going to be folding back. Let me just peek over. Make sure that I think I need another. I think that's it. I think if we put this piece down first and make sure that we are covering where we're going to flip it back, then we're going to be all right. So put this piece down first. Of course, yours will be pressed. And then here's this one. And this one won't matter. So here, as long as I'm overlapping, it could be just a 1/2 inch. Okay. Tape. There's another time we need tape. And after that happened, okay, I think I'm going to be safe. Okay, so we did our fancy fill, then we did the satin stitch, and then here's our last step, the green circle. So we know that's the big circle. I'm still going to be watching it. I'm good. Okay, I'm good. I think I don't even need to hold it. And it'll go around twice. So I think I would let it because you're going to be flipping it and pulling on it. It made a noise.
I heard that.
But got beyond it. Might have been a knot in the thread. It's still noisy. I bet. You know how maybe it caught the knot in the thread and maybe it's shredding a little bit, but I'm just going to let it go. It's going to tie a knot. Oh, and you know what? I meant to show them. We got in those really good pinking shears again. Mm-hmm. They're the LDH pinking shears. They're the best ones. I don't even have a pair, but they're back in stock. Okay. And so we're going to do it with a pinking shear, but not the ones I want them to have. Oh, no, maybe no pinking shears in here. They're in a black box. I'm just going to cut mine, but you'll want to.
I have a pair of Kai pinking shears.
You do? Oh, the Kai are good too. Yeah. So I'll pop it out of the hoop.
Do we want to use these fancy Kai pinking shears?
Yeah.
All right, let's get these in.
Get rid of the tape. Okay, let's see how they do. I know the Kai are nice. What did I? Oh yeah, these are really nice. So I'm just going to leave like a, little, maybe just a little less than a 1/4 inch. So there I'm going through, I don't even know how many layers, at least 6 layers there.
We're just all impressed with how straight you cut with that rotary cutter.
Are they? I've been doing it a long time. I've been showing things in a hurry for a long time. I love doing this. I love doing IQ Designer, and I love doing these shows. And when we saw the teacher's reaction to what, they were so interested in everything. Every sample they were looking at, they were, they wanted to know how we did everything. And that was really neat.
So what do you think they were most interested in seeing?
Well, every group went crazy over the rug making. We took
Rug making.
A rug, yes.
Really?
Yes, yep. Every single group went crazy over that. So here, okay, and here. Now you won't get the idea. Now, of course, we'll press it and everything. See how easy it is to turn when you do it this way. Okay, so here will be our line that we're going to stitch the two together. So it's going to go like that, okay, and like this. And we're going to press it so the blue won't show. And these, I think, leave these so they flip up. Look at how pretty. Okay, I'm just going to hold it here, PJ, and hopefully they can see.
We get, yeah.
Oh. So imagine, oh yeah.
Look
Imagine
at that.
4 of these going together. Yeah, so we'll probably, I don't really want too much of the blue. Now, the center. So we thought next week I would show a freestanding circle with fancy fill inside using sew and wash. Or you could also use a covered button. That's what they used in the pictures that I saw as a covered button. So we'll show them how to do freestanding things next week. So now these are little. Now this one would be good. It is, these are the 3/4, but I would put like maybe 3 of them in the center.
3 of them, okay.
And I think that's pretty. So see how good this is going to look. Imagine 4 of these together. It's going to be really pretty. So I promise you I will have 4 sewn together by next Friday. And I will show you how to sew them together. And then we can even show you the covered buttons. But I really would like to come up with put something in the center that we would use sew and wash, and we would sew over the edge of the fabric and remove the sew and wash and then put that in the center.
A chenille center would look cool.
Yes, chenille would look neat. Yeah.
So pretty. Tulip.
Yeah, wonderful.
It looks like, yeah.
So your homework is to make 4 of these. So see why I was worried about this? That if we positioned it in the wrong place, that's what would happen right here. You don't want that, okay? So because we position that far away, we don't have to worry about it. It's going to look really pretty. Now remember, these are going to have fancy fill. So these will be plain. These petals will be plain, and these will have fancy fill. So it is going to be gorgeous.
Pom-poms in the center?
Yeah, pom-poms in the center would be cute.
Very pretty.
Yeah, really pretty. So now Comment Soul makes us run through our products. I love Comment Soul. They're the ones that wrote this program for us to do these live lessons. And we got to keep them happy by selling items. And we love everything they do. Oh, I wanted to show them. So this was something we did for the teachers. So we took the top. Now I just used tearaway stabilizer. I'm doing this, so I'm going to rip a little bit away just so you get a good idea. So we can still get these tops. We have a ton in stock. They're really cute. It's a little tunic, and this is a design. You can pick a design that's built in your machine. It was supposed to have 3 colors, but we only did it tone on tone. So what you will get is you'll get the top and you will get the spool of thread that matches it. So I think the tone on tone embroideries are just so elegant. Now I usually wear a large. This is a large. I usually wear a large. In this top, I wear a medium. So, so if you like them really loose fitting, go for the large. But and what they have, do they have extra large? The extra large?
They're small through extra large.
Oh, small through extra large. So just imagine that extra large is really more like an extra large. So. And I hate it when you get them and they're too small, but these run large.
The color of the thread that matches it,
This is 315, ES 315. Matches it really nice. And I think I should keep going. Just like I say in a quilt, I don't like a boring back, but wouldn't it be pretty to go down at a diagonal on the back too? So don't stop. Keep going, and then you'll have this beautiful top. So this company, I really like the things that we've received from them so far. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. There's a couple companies that it's just hard to find, because I like cotton, and these are cotton. I think they're like 95% cotton, 5% lycra. Yeah, so there's the spool of thread that goes.
Okay, and do you want to do just a couple more things?
Yeah.
Here.
Now we do have the blue. Do you have the spool of thread for the? Oh, you have the purple one, but the blue also goes. So this is.
It's a different.
This is a different top.
It's a different style. So.
Yeah. So Joni was starting on that one. We'll keep going. Oh, I guess she did. She used we used sticky stabilizer, and so. This is a different style top, just a little bit different. It still has a pocket. It doesn't have so many diagonal lines. So this one is
deep sea.
This is a medium. This is how big they run. So you'll like it because you'll wear a size smaller than you normally wear. So if you buy a medium, you better get a small because they run large, right? This is a medium. Let me double check that. It says M here, so let me see what this one says. Yes, that's the size. So this is a medium. I like them big. Always they look big, and then I go to put it on, and it fits. So, yeah, so I really like the blue, and it comes with that exact shade blue thread, and you can see that Joni did put a couple designs on here.
The number of the thread is in the description. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, I don't have the spool here. I see a black one. Maybe she had it over here.
Salem blue.
Oh, Salem blue. This is it right here.
142.
Yes, ES 142. Which that was the color. If you bought a Wander Lane thread kit, you would have gotten ES 142.
And
then the purple. Yes.
This is ES 390, deep purple.
Yes.
And purple is actually, they call it blackberry.
Blackberry.
Yep.
They got it all wrong. This is not the color. What would you say this is the color of?
Purple.
Purple. This is honest to goodness
deep
purple.
Deep purple. Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't even call it deep purple. This is just purple.
It's just purple.
Yeah, so this one is a large. I tried them on in a medium fit, and that would look so pretty. And so it was a design that, had 3 colors, and we just did it all in monotone, and it turns out really elegant when you do that. So there is our fashion for the day. And then, if you're new here, who's new here? I love to hear about new people. If you're new here, you do want to get the Mastering IQ Designer book, right? Yes. And I know you had that here before I made it.
It's unopened, but so you can thumb through it.
Yeah. So that's Mastering IQ Designer. Their books are expensive, but you have to think they don't print up millions of them. But it's all the educators for Baby Lock. It looks to me, I never got to ask them, but it looks to me like they were each assigned a technique that and make a project featuring this technique. And because there's 21 different projects and 21 different techniques that, and I learned so much about IQ Designer with this book. So it's Mastering IQ Designer, and it works. It's got the settings for Destiny, Altair, Meridian, and Solaris. Okay.
And what else do we got? Let's see. Any items here we want to
Oh,
cover?
the scissor set.
Yeah,
That's
you better
really
show them that.
Yeah, because that isn't the. Hopefully, I didn't lose any yet. Let's see. Let's see. So my squeezy snips.
Is there a kit for today's class?
Oh yes. Okay, let's do that one next.
You'll do
And
that
and
one
we
next,
will
yeah.
have that. What's that? I
Good.
used the fabric, right? But I'm gonna work on that green. So
It's going to be perfect.
yeah, it's gonna be perfect. We won't let it go out of here without being the right color. But the scissor set, I love. This is got all our favorite scissors in it. So the squeezy snips, it looks like the tweezers are kind of like they have say it looks like a hockey stick. It's got like a 1/2 inch for you to catch that thread and pull it to the back. Double curved embroidery scissors for getting in close while your fabric is still in the hoop. And then the duckbill mini applique, they're really good. And then this pair has a really sharp point for really snipping close. And it's in a nice little case. So there. And then the fabric. So what we're doing with the fabric, and I kind of grabbed it and started using it, but you are going to get, and you're going to get a yard of the blue, and then there was I see it over here.
Yep.
And okay, so you're gonna get 1/4 yard of the green, and really that green is there. What do you think? I think I still would like to see just a little bit lighter shade of green, and then you're gonna get a yard of the yellow. And then you'll get, so you could make a 3-yard quilt out of this. You're going to get a yard of this coordinating fabric too. So 3 yards, the yellow, this blue, the blue check, and then a 1/4 yard of the green. And then you will also get the printed out instructions.
Yes.
And I think this
The
one
printed out
is going to turn
instructions
out
included.
really good.
So this is 3 1/4 yard fabric
Yes,
bundle.
3 1/4 yards of fabric. Yeah. Now, because I changed this, is like PJ came over and said, "There's an awful lot of pages."
There's
But
an awful lot
see,
of pages.
that's because I changed my mind.
No.
But yeah.
But
So
was-
it won't be this long.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So tonight I'll redo the instructions, and then I'll tell you when I'm done with them. We'll
like
get
the
this going. But I would like to go and pick a better.
Linda likes the green.
She
I
does
kinda
like the darker.
green. Let's zoom in one more time.
Yeah. Some.
It kind of separates it a little bit.
Yeah, it
So
does.
Let's see. Do we like this green?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll have the perfect green in there. And let's see. What else do we have that we want to look at? Well, we have SF101.
Yeah, you put that in
That's
the bubble. Yeah, you always have to have SF101, which is shape flex interfacing. Like we used to try to do embroideries on like broadcloth, and we were, why is this puckering? Well, the broadcloth wasn't strong enough to handle all those heavy stitches. And so now, I mean, it's just been the past few years that we realize using shape flex interfacing, it's just a woven iron-on interfacing, and it gives it more stability, and we don't get any puckering. So that's a package. It's 36 inches by 60 inches. So that'll get you through a lot of your projects.
Must have.
Yes,
then,
it is a must-have. And then they do, like, I don't know whether we put it in, but they do want no show, and I would do it with no show.
This is no show tearaway.
Yeah. So no show, it's 20-inch by 25 yards. And if you just put in show, maybe it will pop up. Oh, and then we got our mouse. So while you're looking for that, I can't do this without a mouse. I try with a stylus. We have a really nice stylus too, but I do so much better with the mouse. So it's a mouse that works on your, and then I also like to use, the one I have over there is too big, but there's an 8.5 by 8.5 little wool pressing mat, and it's like the perfect size to have right next to your machine. And so instead of going out and buying a $10, $12 mouse pad, buy that, and you've got a mouse pad and an ironing pad. So we did we do the dispensers for the tape? Did they see those yet? Or did you?
No, we just did the cranberry.
Okay.
So
We have the yellow, don't we?
We do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the yellow it's like a little, it's got kind of like a honeybee print on it, a honeycomb with little bees. It's really cute.
Yeah, so we have there's the honeybee yellow Kimberbell tape.
Okay.
And I see a couple
And then you
questions
did the
about-
paper tape, right?
We
Yeah.
we did.
And the top, so we're good, aren't we? Are
We're
we good? I'm
And-
very happy. I mean, it was like changing my mind 50 times and then realizing this is what happens. It's like I realize after I've made it, I go, I just thought of an easier way to do it, and this is going to look so pretty. So if you get it done, make sure you take a picture and post it. It's really fun when you post pictures, right? Everybody that does it, it's like you get to see, oh, I have 72 likes. I have a new comment. Let me see what they said. It really makes it fun. So, all right. And I will see you. So they are definitely going to have Material Madness on Monday. I don't know, are we? So because you're going to be gone, I'm going to be gone, or you're going to be back by then. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Steve always says the show must go on.
Yeah.
So I bet it's going to be here. So
If you saw a different price for the IQ Designer book, you're one of the lucky ones. You're an insider.
oh, an insider.
So
Can
that
you
was
do an
that's a-
insider price right now? Can we? Can you?
We're not
We're not supposed to.
not supposed to.
We're not
so
sup-
if you got it the price, you got lucky, and that's a great price.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic price.
Yeah.
But we'll next
They
time
want
you
to
see.
buy it. I wouldn't buy it unless you gave me the insider price.
Yeah, so
I'd
we're
be
gonna
mad.
we're gonna do insider pricing.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because that's our app only.
And when are you going to do
sales,
that
so
again?
We're gonna talk
We
to
don't know.
Steve. We don't know. It's a surprise
It's
usually.
going to be a surprise.
But you have to catch those insider app only
Yeah.
events for
Okay.
these insider pricing.
Yeah, because Steve sells stuff at really good prices. Bummer.
But
Well,
we're
if-
working on a program.
Okay,
Go
if
ahead.
you saw the insider price, are we allowed to tell them the insider price? Because we could credit them.
Oh, really quick,
yeah.
quick. You
What
could
is
say.
it? Okay, he's gonna put it in. Yeah, can he? And then as soon as you have to check out immediately, we get in trouble if we do this.
Yeah.
They tell they'll take our dealership away.
Yeah, that's. So we'll just be real quiet about it. But
Quiet.
you didn't see this.
You didn't see this. No. Mm-mm. If they put in their cart
Yeah.
and we end the show right here, we didn't even talk a price.
No, we didn't. What price?
What price? No price.
I don't know what you're
Yeah.
even talking about here.
But even if you have it in your cart, it will change to that price. And then but when we'll have to change it back again or we'll get in trouble. So you better check out like in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you better check out.
Check out right now.
So
If you've got it in there at that special deal, check out right now.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't tell anybody we did
mum's
that.
the word.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
honestly, we got in trouble.
Yeah, but I can.
So-
We'll just say we're working on insider pricing and how to provide that to all our customers
Yeah.
who sign up for the app. So
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be something. that's
Yes, so
coming soon.
Steve's gonna do it again.
And
So
all the
watch
different
for those
prices.
nights. It's
Yeah.
usually a Thursday night.
Yeah,
Yes, he could do it this coming up Thursday.
that'd be great.
I don't know. Whatever
We'll
he
see. We'll talk to
decides.
Steve.
Yeah. So we don't ever include normal. Well, we do have bargains from Kimberbell, but the things that we're selling today are not bargains. But 2 pallets of Kimberbell merchandise are arriving here on Tuesday, and so I bet they do. I bet they do a big sale on Thursday. So,
Well,
all right, everybody, I got to go home, take in a dress, and write instructions, and I'll be back like Tuesday afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon, Joni and I are supposed to be doing the jacket. So I don't think she's going to make it in time, but I can walk them through the next step. She's already sewn out all the blocks. So, all right.
Well,
We will. I will. They're going to be on Monday. They'll be on Tuesday at noon, I think, and then also, so regular schedule next week. All right. Thank you, everybody.
thank you, everyone.
We'll see you next week.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week. Bye-bye.